share that story through my own personal lens with the hope that it would shine a bit of a light on that movement of women and inspire people today, and women and young people who are activists, seeing a little bit of their history.
Why do you think we don't talk about the women there very much? Because they were really, truly radical.
They were, and that's probably why. I think that we were a little bit of a threat. We were a women-only society. There were a lot of lesbians amongst us. We were organising ourselves without the help of men, and I think we were a bit of a threat. So I think that often with women's history, we have to tell that history ourselves, to each other.
In your book, you've written about the importance of it being a female-only space. How did that change things for you?
Well, I had been in a relationship for quite a few years with a young man that was emotionally abusive, but I wasn't really aware that it was until I was in that women-only space and had the chance to reflect upon it. And also, I saw lesbians for the first time, and so I started to learn things about myself that I hadn't been aware of, that you could actually be attracted to women. So it was very liberating in that way. And also, I felt like I came to be a tomboy again. I could wear whatever I liked. I could cut my hair into a mohawk. I could wear big boots. I didn't have to wear makeup. I didn't have to fit in a certain way. So it was very liberating personally in that way. And
sorry to cut across, but how do you view the transgender, the transsexual debate that's going on at the moment?
How do I view it? I think that transgender rights are human rights, and I'm very glad that at last transgender rights are getting their due. And I really encourage people to read Rebecca Solnit. She's written a beautiful essay about it in The Guardian. I think that for those people who are still struggling with understanding it, I think she explains it well, as do all the transgender activists out there, and I think they're doing an incredible job.
Do you think if you were in this era that you would have considered whether or not you were transgender, or do you think that it was just very obvious to you that you were a lesbian?
I think as a young person, prepubescent, I think I would have loved to. I wanted to be a boy. I'm not sure I thought I was a boy, but I wanted to be a boy because boys had a better deal in the world. Not sure, actually. It's hard to know. I really do love the fluidity of the way young people talk about gender identity and sexuality today, and I do wonder where I would have been on that spectrum then.
What about the use of female-only spaces by people who self-identify as trans? You know, you're talking about the importance of the female-only space at Greenham Common. Does that give you cause for concern, or is that something that you welcome? You think this should be open to all?
I'm not so familiar with the debate. I think it's one that's been going on in England quite a bit. But I just think that the more we can accept each other for who we are and accept that identity and gender is based on way more than biology, and the more that we can listen to each other, then the more we can make change for the good.
Stephanie Davis, lovely to talk to you, author of Other Girls Like Me. Thanks so much for joining us today on Sky. Lots more to come after this break with Colin Bracey.